Welcome to my daily practice at Wendy Coad Art. If you find this video interesting or helpful, please consider subscribing to my channel and liking the video.
Hi, my name is Wendy and I'm an artist. I've been an artist my whole life and I am excited to invite you into my studio and show you my art practice. I paint every day and I do acrylic on paper. I also do stencils. I draw. I organize my studio space. I do a lot of things. For me, art is about problem solving, so there's always little tricks and tools that I can share with you along the way. So welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Today, I am going to be working on the table, doing some of my small paintings. And I got started earlier. I thought, oh, I'll set this up so it's all ready to go and I can just get started right away. And I stopped at this point because, quite frankly, it was just so pretty. It just it just looked so pretty, and I thought, oh, I want to show you. So what am I talking about? All right, when I finish my paintings, and often there's a few that I don't know, they just don't seem to work as well as the rest. And so I edit them out. I just edit them out. And I do other things with those paintings, like recycle them into smaller paintings. And what I do is I tape them down to a tabletop and I put the masking tape on so that they become smaller, smaller surfaces, and then I paint, use stencils and drips, and I have a really good time. And these are some of the ones that some of the ones that I've done. You don't need to. I don't need to go over those. There's plenty of videos of those. So what's different today is that I just didn't have any paintings that I didn't like or that I wanted to go through and find. And I thought to myself, well, why do that anyways? I got plenty of paper now. Why don't I just put some clean paper down and I can do new paintings as opposed to recycle? I mean, what an idea. So that's what I'm doing now. But I have the old tape that I've used one or two times. I can't use it too many times because it really does start to fall apart. But I just thought it looks so nice. Paper, just clean paper. I love painted paper, but clean paper before beginning, there's so much potential. I mean, the universe, the world, everything is available. It's, ready to begin. So I've already marked off. This is why I have so much fun every day. I've already marked off a couple of distances. I like to put a little pencil mark so that I can keep my tape relatively on square, because if I don't do that, then I get very odd shapes, and I do want to keep it relatively within the rectangle. So and I'm not so particular that everything has to be just right. If paint spills underneath, well, you can tell from my stapling that that's not a big concern for me. I like it. If paint spills underneath the edges, the corners aren't sharp. I like that. I like it because it's a record of the journey. it's kind of like a travelogue of the journey. All right, and I just ran out of tape here. So I'll add another little piece. Maybe I'll take one of these. And that's one side. I'll probably have to do the same thing over here. And I got my square out, and I am ready to go. And in a minute, I will be ready to go, ready to start a new painting. And I'm just gauging, you know, about the halfway mark for the tape. It won't be perfect. Nothing is. And there's a lot of unraveling. This painter's tape is great. If it was masking tape, I would never be able to unroll it in this way. I'm going to have a little divot there. I can always touch that up. And I'll just finish it off here. And the little divot there. And I'll start fresh, meaning I'll cover that so that it's not noticeable, but you know, there'll be plenty of under spills underneath the tape. You know, if I wanted this to be a pristine edge, like just like a, you know, a card detail, you know, line, what I would do is I'd take some gel medium, just gel, matte gel medium, and I would paint along these edges, and that would seal it. That would prevent any paint from sliding underneath. And then when I take the tape off, it's just like it's like the factory setting. I don't care to do that. I have done that in the past. I mean, if you want to do it, then that's how to do it. Put a gloss or the same color as the paper, like a white. Well, it's better just with a gel medium because you're never going to match the tones exactly. I mean, there's no perfect white, that's for sure. Okay, so look at my little array of paper. And now, drum roll, I'm just trying to decide whether I want to start. I don't do this very often on clear paper, so I think I'm going to just start with some of the gods and goddesses. I'm only doing this not because I think it's a good idea, but because I'm only doing this because I don't usually do this, and I like doing things, you know, different things. So what I'm saying is it may or may not work. We'll see. But as I have often said, there's always another painting. All right, that's quite an array of gods and goddesses. I don't think that's all of them, but I can't see where I put the rest. Oh, Here's one. I think I'll use this here. And I'll use this one here. Okay, well, I also got my frame, my standard frame, just to make sure that this was and you know what they say, measure twice, cut once. These are too small. What was I thinking? Although they're bigger than this. Oh, you know what? They're just fine. They're just fine. I'm going with it. All right, now. So I use a squeegee with a stencil, and somebody on the comments said, oh, they hadn't thought of that. You know, this is not a standard method. I'm not even sure it's a very good method. I mean, I get a lot of underspill, meaning a lot of what I squeegee goes underneath the stencil, and that's not really what stencils are about. So I just want you to know, just so you know, this is not a standard method, and if it doesn't work, you know, don't blame me. It's an experiment, but I love, 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 love to try different things. And I also love, love, love to do the same thing over and over again. So, you know, it just depends on the day and my mood, which of the love, love, loves is coming to the foreground. Now, as I'm putting the paint on this big squeegee, I'm remembering that I, you know, said to myself, don't use the big squeegee because it's a little too big to handle, you know, use the little one. So I'll just finish up with this, and then I'll go to the smaller squeegee. What color do I want in there? I think I'm going to go for a pink. Red and pink. It's not really. But I already have green, and let me just put a little fluorescent. The green is so hard for me to, you know, kind of balance. But I'm always going for the green, so might as well embrace the green. This is where it all breaks down. And, you know, it just takes time. But when I'm not talking, which is usual as I work, then it's really not a problem. It's just part of the zen. Put a little extra gold in here. Or Indian yellow. Yeah, it's going to turn green with that indigo. All right. Now, this is not going to last for too long, but start with my Venus here. This could be interesting, actually. And I'll do this guy over here. And not much variation. All the colors have started to meld together. So on these silhouettes, I work from the outside in, meaning I go from the edge, the outside edge, to the center, and I do the reverse on the, see how that just smudged right underneath the stencil. Okay, I love that. I love that. And, and maybe others wouldn't. So I go from the outside in as best I can. Ooh, not letting me do that. Outside in. Well, I'm losing paint and I'm trying to not knock over the cameras here. Oh, lovely, lovely. There's my Venus here. Oh, look at that. Can you see those? Now this is nice. I don't know why I haven't done this sooner. Did I do a little something on every panel? I would like to get this color down at least. See, you do something that you don't usually do, and it works. It opens up a new set of possibilities. Now, when I'm working with the positive space, I start in the center and I work out. That is actually to minimize the amount of, under smooshing. Is that a term, under smooshing? I think it is now. And I have this great Botticelli Venus. I like to really introduce all these Venuses to each other because, they've been around the block. You go into any museum or any institute of antiquity, and you're going to see the ancient gods and goddesses. So, well, we'll see what happens. I may have to change my pattern and start with clean paper. I mean, I will always recycle or try to recycle. Let me just give you a view of these. So I'll just give you a view of these silhouettes, the stencils. This is just the beginning. Just the beginning. And I'm pretty happy with that. So, put the camera back. And I'm going to stop there because I have to wait for the paint to dry. Some big splotches there. And if I keep going, it's just going to muddy things because of the, the mixing of the colors. So I'll just wait and get started again a little bit later. Thank you for joining me. So great to have you here. And don't forget now, go make art. So I'm so happy that you are joining me today, and maybe other days too. I'll take you through my day-to-day as an artist, and I look forward to seeing you on the next tape. Thanks for being here.